How are we sounding, guys? Are we sounding better, or are we still having issues here? Please tell me the sound sounds much better, because I reset, so I'm hoping that the sound is better and the mic is fixed. I think we had a mic glitch. There's no reason why the mic shouldn't be working right. We're good? Are we good? I'm trying to get back into my phone so I can check the sound here. Sounds good. We're good. Just no sound? What? Lindsay says much better. Come on, don't play. Come on. We don't have time to. Oh, Sheriff, did he move? Yep, he's coming. No, turned around. Undercover. So that's undercover in a single cab truck, white truck. And tell you guys what's going on now. Maybe we need to. Still low, but can hear sounds low. Still low. Oh man, I don't know what that would be, guys. No sound and exit. Muffled. Very low volume. Sounds low, barely can hear you. Maybe it's YouTube. On the iPhone for the mic, I'm trying, but yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do if we can't get the mic to work right, though. That's for sure. We're having some technical difficulties today. Trying to figure this out. People are telling me that they can hear me fine, and other people are telling me that they can't hear me fine. So I'm trying to figure that out right now. I'm trying to hear for myself whether or not it sounds better. Yeah, something is wrong with this mic. Yeah, something's up. I don't know what it is. It's bothering me though. Well, I'm just trying to see. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to see if there's a setting on here on the iPhone that I can maybe find. But I hear like a crackling sound too, and I hear kind of like like it's almost like a when there's dead air, you can kind of hear the. So yeah. And then a lot of people are saying it sounds like I'm far away, so I'm just trying to see if there's a setting that I could somehow adjust the mic on. I reset the phone and everything, guys. I've done that. The volume is turned all the way up. I don't know what else to pretty much do here as far as getting better sound. I'm literally close to the phone than I'm normally close. Than I normally am. So I'm just so confused why this is even happening right now. Maybe I could put the mono audio on, and maybe that might make a difference. Let me try to go into settings. Yeah, I turned my Bluetooth. Yeah, I turned my Bluetooth off, so that's off as well. I put the mono on just to see if that'll make a difference at all. So let me listen in and see if that changed anything for myself. God, this is not good right now. Not good, folks. People are saying that's better, but that's not better. People are saying that's better, but that's not better. People are saying that's better, but that's not better. What? I'm echoing because I'm listening, so I might echo for a minute. I'm just listening to the sound, trying to see if my voice will come in better in settings. All sounds gone. No, it's not gone. I can still hear it. Turn the other phone off. All right. Well, I don't know, guys. I'll keep looking at the settings as we go on here. Hopefully, everybody can hear me for now, at least. Like I said, there's no setting on the iPhone that I think, as far as the mic goes, I'm not seeing any setting for that. So maybe it's under live speech. Nope, not seeing that either. Yeah, this is bothering. This is way too low for me because I don't want to be outside. Nancy's talking loud, super loud. Especially these guys are out here just patrolling and trying to get me for any little thing. So I'm getting some comments and they're saying they can hear me now. So I guess we'll just deal with it for now. Maybe it might help if I just use headphones next time in the future. Maybe we'll try that. I don't know what else to do at this point though. Maybe bro is listening, being jammed, can't watch, can't hear. Sorry folks. Sue Ellen throwing these firework poppers. Can't hear you. Restarted my phone volume all the way up. That truck is gone. The truck is gone. He left. That was an undercover cop. Yeah, that popping noise is not it for me at all. Let's unplug the charger and see if that makes a difference at all. Just real quick. Shut other phone off. It's not the other phone. Yeah, they're telling me I can't be on the road, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stick around, guys, unless we get this sound fixed. I don't want to just be yapping away and nobody can hear me at all. Yeah, it's way too low. I'm gonna watch a little video. Give me 2 seconds. like right here on the cactus too. I'm gonna have to move. I'm gonna try to clean this out real quick. How y'all doing? Not today. Come on. I'm gonna try to clean my mic just real quick, guys. See if that works. I already tried to clean it once, so we'll try again. But I'm trying something a little bit better that might work better. There's a little bit of muddy stuff in there, but I'm not really seeing much. I don't have a mic. I'm not using a mic at all. So it's definitely not an actual mic that I'm using. But I don't have a mic. I'm assuming that the mic may be dirty or something like that, and that's why we're having trouble. See if it'll get some of that dust out. The fan isn't strong enough, so. Everybody's saying better now, louder now. We're good then. We're good, baby. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Oh my God, let me keep it down. I got undercovers around here watching me and stuff. My goodness, I was about to have a heart attack. Sheesh. My goodness, folks. We're good. We're good now. We're good. We're good. Big welcomes, those of you guys tuning in. Welcome, guys. My name is Troy Bradshaw, but I go by the Juice. I'm live right here outside Nancy's house. I'm currently super close to a cactus right now because I can't even be on the street just a little bit. So if I'm on the street, I will be enforced with some type of fine tonight. So we will make sure we stay off of the road today. This is probably the maybe 10th or 11th time I've been out here, and all of a sudden I can't even be on the street just a little bit. Within 3 minutes of me being here, I had an undercover pull up down the road and watch me for probably a good 5 minutes. You saw it on the last video. And then along came a sheriff right here behind me. And then he told me that pretty much what I just said right now, that I would be fined, and he will enforce the rules next time if I'm seen on the road at all. He said something, I don't know exactly word for word. I can't remember word for word what he said, but he was saying something about it being illegal if I'm on the road, meaning that I'm forcing vehicles to go around me. So that's what's happening. That's what happened so far here. And I've only been here for maybe 30 minutes now at the most. So I did ask him what he thinks about the board meeting. He lied and said he didn't have any idea about the board meeting at all. Isn't that funny? He had no idea about the board meeting. but we're in his district. This is the district of Sheriff Nanos. This is one of his areas that he has deputies out here working. So that was crazy to me, but we're here, guys. We're here. I wanted to talk about the board meeting today. What do you guys know? Is there anything new with the board meeting at all? I haven't really heard anything at all as far as the board meeting today. I'm probably gonna move because I'm way too close. I'm like almost falling down this little hill right here, so I'm probably gonna move. I'm way too close to these trees. Wipe the camera. It's all good because we'll be turning it around for the most part. I see this car all the time. I'm familiar with this car. I wasn't familiar with that undercover car. I knew it was an undercover. I just had a feeling. So luckily my girl was passing by and she's the one who informed me and told me that it was an undercover cop. So interesting already. He said that they were just patrolling, that they weren't in here they weren't up to anything for the most part. They were just patrolling the area. So crazy, guys. Crazy. I didn't really see any. I didn't have time to watch the board meeting because I was at work. I was trying to listen in while I was at work, but I didn't really hear anything update wise as far as that goes. Let me get my hotspot on. Nanos probably pissed and snitched. Huh. Board meeting. Just kind of reading the chat just real quick here to see what y'all got, what the drift is. You can protest if you're in the streets. I agree. Is the tripod on the mic? No. You guys sure you can hear me better? It's really windy out here today, actually, huh? It's really not, though. It just sounds windy on the stream. Oh, we're good. Okay, yeah, sound does sound well over much better. Yeah, for sure. Indeed. Sheriff lawyered up. Did he show up? Did Nano show up to the meeting today? Yeah, so anyways, the lady, I don't know if you guys remember, but when I first initially started the stream upon arrival, the lady that was walking by, somebody questioned it in the chat and was asking why the lady was walking around out here in the heat with a sweater on. And the lady spoke to the officer before he pulled up on me, and she said, he told me that she was asking him if I was allowed to record. So he didn't want to say it, but she didn't want me recording. So already one of the neighbors had an issue with it. So I've never seen that neighbor at all, so I don't know who that neighbor was. But apparently she had an issue with me being out here and recording. I could just see it in the cop's face. He lied right in my face. The lady didn't want me recording at all, although he didn't say that. Apparently we're not supposed. Apparently they don't want us sitting on the street. I'm just getting that hint and that vibe because they're enforcing rules that they haven't enforced out here at all, guys. At all. Not one time have they came as many times as the sheriff has rolled by here. Not one time have they told me, Alex, well, I don't know if JLR was here when the rule was enforced, but I think he was, but I don't think he spent much time here once it was. Not one time with anybody that's been out here since that rule, the no parking rule has been enforced, have we've gotten spoken to in regards to them telling us that we can't be on the road at all just a little bit. What? On a public road too. I can't be on the road a little bit. So you mean to tell me that the only way I can be on this road is I have to be walking? That's the only rights that I have to the road, as if I'm walking down the road. Please tell me how that makes any sense. I can't be sitting on the road or be a little bit on the road. Not even just sitting in the road, because it sounds like I'm saying I'm sitting on the road. No, not even just a little bit on the road. I moved back a little bit. Here's the crazy part. I moved back a little bit and my chair was off of the road, but my tripod was still on the road. So he told me that you're still on the road. He said, "Well, you're still pretty much breaking the law. You still would have to move the tripod too." And I'm like, "What?" I said, I'm just saying that in my head. I didn't give him that type of vibe or anything like that. So I moved the tripod. I moved it over. I said, "Hey, look, I'm here to respect all the rules. Whatever you guys are enforcing for us to do, I'm here to respect all the rules." Move the tripod over. He asked me if I had any questions after taking my name and my date of birth. So, and I'm also here, um, if I have to make contact with the police. I like making contact. Reason why I like making contact is because they're going to be aware of who I am the next time. Eventually, I'm going to tell them, "No, you can't get my ID. You should be aware who I am now." But I was nice enough to give him my information. I don't have anything to hide. He was trying to get me to walk over to the vehicle so that way I didn't give any of my information out on the stream. But everybody knows my birthday. It was just recently my birthday. Nothing to hide there. I said my full name because, well, there's nothing to hide. The internet is gonna figure out your name whether you want whether you want to or not, and I'm not here to hide my name or any information. So I don't know. But at this point, I feel like they should be aware of who I am. I don't know if moving forward I'm gonna give them my ID anymore. Not to give them a hard time, but I just think it's a little extra. I mean, obviously I'm here to do something, and whatever he told me to do, I did. There was no issues, but whatever he's gonna go off and do and look up my information and hope that he finds something is the drift that I'm getting. But whatever. But like I said, the police contact's good. It's fine. I don't really care. It is what it is. They're just kind of being a little extra right now. Anyway, let's get a little view of the. We'll talk and get a little view of the nice flowers, the nice site over here. We call it the memorial site. Go search if you care. See, the thing is, I don't mind searching, and I would search just because you're asking me to search. But I just spoke about that earlier, and I guess nobody could hear me because of the mic. But I definitely, for me, and everybody is entitled to their own opinion. But I don't feel like Nancy's here. I don't feel like she's anywhere here at all. I think she's in Mexico. That's my belief. Everybody has their own speculations based on where she is. But even if she's not in Mexico, I don't feel like she's in this proximity. I don't feel like she's anywhere close. And I don't feel like she's in Tucson, if she's anywhere else. But the only place that I can think of personally that she would possibly be is in Mexico, because I just think of what I would do, if I was in this type of situation, or where I would take somebody, um, to feel like I would get away with it. And that would be Mexico. So can't really go everywhere in Mexico. If you're not familiar with Mexico, you can't just go wandering around in Mexico and go searching in Mexico. There's a lot of dangerous places there. That's why I felt like Brian Intent was wasting his time when he went across the border to ask questions to see if anybody knew anything about Nancy, because especially if it's a cartel, and I don't believe that, but let's just say it is. But I think there's a possibility there is. But let's just say there is. And, you know, if someone were to say that they knew where she was on a live platform and tell Brian Hinton that, they would be jeopardizing their family. No one in Mexico is going to tell you something like that. Off camera, you might have a better chance. Um, but going around Mexico and asking questions is not going to do us any good. No one's going to tell you nothing like that. You might get lucky, but that's just how I feel, though. I can't believe she's in Mexico. Yeah, a lot of people can't. A lot of people can't. I don't know. I mean, everybody, like I said, we all have our own theories, but you know, I feel like they've profiled all of the close people, and Luke being one of them. You know, maybe and there's other people, and maybe there's somebody around here that does have Nancy that doesn't have a record, so they're somebody who tends to not have a record tends to get overlooked. So, there is a possibility that she's here, and this person that did this is super close, but he doesn't have a record, so there was nothing that raised the authorities' attention. There's a possibility. Really, honestly, think it's a serial sick person. I mean, it sounds like it. It does when you think about certain things, like the sheet, for instance, that was taken. But I don't know. I don't know if this person. Sometimes I think this person was smart enough to make sure that they didn't leave any DNA behind. Tangerine, I appreciate the $10 super chat. She says, "Thank you for being there for those of us who can't. I would love to be able to sit there with you and keep you company. Stay blessed, my friend." Much love, Tangerine. Would love to have you here with me as well. Judy says she thinks Miss Nancy is close to her home. Wow. Frank says not in Mexico. A lot of people don't. I think a lot of people disagree with that for sure. Kathy says she believes she was in Mexico ever since day one. I think they had a plan. I think it was targeted for sure, and I think I think whatever plan they had, they went straight there. Wherever they had to go next. And that's another thing that CC Moore brought up is there's another crime scene, because wherever she took her, that may have been the place that we lost her. That could be whether it was in the car or it was at someone's house, or at a house. There's another crime scene, and I thought that was an interesting point that she had brought up. But yeah, I just don't feel like she's here. Hey, UCLA Jen, happy birthday, by the way. MG, thanks for the tip. Lipstick, big welcomes. And I see several members in the chat. Welcome back to all the members in the chat. Dawn, Goldie, Shannon, big welcomes, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning back in. Thanks for continuing to be members as well. Much love, guys. Sis Robin Ray, welcome, welcome. Hey, Stack, big welcome, Stack. Are the flowers slowly disappearing? I think they're disappearing and reappearing. People are still bringing flowers. Not as frequently as before, but they're still bringing flowers out here for sure. Sky Maiden says, "I don't know what purpose it serves to sit in front of her house." Public awareness. Period. Public awareness. Um, I think a lot of people that can't also see the memorial site, it gives us that opportunity to see it in real time. Gives you an opportunity to see what the neighborhood is like. A lot of us that can't go places wonder what it's like to be there. So I mean, I think people enjoying seeing the site, reminiscing, talking about the case, and just kind of rethinking things through. Just I mean, it's a lot that comes into play with being here. 3 cops pulled up to give Jim a citation. No. Jim had no license plate. No, he's got to get one on that bike. It's a 4-stroke as well. Not that you guys know that, but that's one of those bikes you can drive on the main road. So he definitely needs to get a license plate. Yeah, I was looking at his bike, white van. Hmm. I don't know if you guys seen that white van. That was a long turn. I mean, he sat there and turned for a little while. There's no traffic coming. He put tags on it. It still got pulled over. Or it broke off, and he had the. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. Well, he's good then. Smart guy. That van came by a few times a minute ago. I haven't seen that one, but I was too busy worried about the volume, so I didn't get a chance to really pay attention to the traffic passing by. So I don't know what that board meeting was about, guys. I'll listen to it a little bit later. I really didn't. I didn't really see any progress as far as the board meeting today. I guess it's just a waiting game, but I already knew this was going to be a waiting process. I hate to say it, but where we've been this entire case. We're still in the same spot we were from day one. All the leads we had that led up to suspects or probable suspects has led up to nothing. Everything that we thought that we had that would lead up to cracking this case hasn't. I just can't count the amount of times that I've, retraced my steps to rethink things through in this case. And every single time I just find myself more frustrated and more frustrated. I just can't convince myself sometimes that these guys were that good. I don't understand also why Savannah thought that ransom was real. I just feel like that she made the suspects, you know, made it look like it was a legitimate ransom because, you know, they possibly wanted to buy themselves more time, or did they need more time? If it was real, the only thing I would have done it for would to be to buy more time and possibly distract investigators, being that there's so many smart things done to get away with this long. It just kind of gives me a little bit of a background on where these guys' mentality just might be. But I don't know. I can't call it, but there's just certain things that kind of indicate these guys were somewhat smart and it was well thought through, it seems like to me. I think that they knew that the body, if they left the body, that bodies leave DNA, and they knew it would have, been far more difficult without a body. But those type of things also just tell me that these guys weren't dumb enough to negotiate a ransom through the media. But also on another note, you know, if the ransom or whatever took place here was to inflict pain, then I think that it's definitely going to be more of it. But the way everything's gone so far with the suspect, or these suspects tell me um, they wouldn't be dumb enough to demand money through Bitcoin. I think at one point in time also, and I'm kind of just talking about everything. I think at one point in the beginning of time, they had to make a decision, you know. And I think the toughest thing in the beginning of this case, and meaning like, what was more important, finding Nancy or finding the perp? I don't think we understand how difficult it is to juggle that. But I think right now the main focus would just be finding the perp, considering I think a lot of us, and probably them as well, you know, think that Nancy's dead. And I think at this point, there's still plenty of time left. There is, I get it. But I just think at this point, the only way to Nancy is finding the perp. But the only way I feel like it's going to get cracked is somebody coming forward. As far as the Bitcoin, there are two Bitcoins. I did a little research, and there are two Bitcoins that are they say, not traceable. One is called Merino XMR, and then there's Zcash, ZEC, and they're designed to make cryptocurrency transactions extremely difficult to trace. And then for the Zcash, it allows the users to shield the transaction, violating them without revealing any sender, receiver, or amount data on a public blockchain. You know, I was kind of thinking, just surrounded by just like families in general, there's always that one like crazy cousin. There's always that one crazy uncle. There's no crazy uncles, no crazy cousins in this that really have like said anything that, you know, kind of spills a little too much or says too much. I really don't like the way Tommaso was walking the last time we seen him here, when he came with, I think he came with the FBI or somebody. I just didn't like that walk at all. I just didn't like the way he was carrying himself, especially with what's going on right now. And being that he's so criticized already, the walk just threw me off when he was here walking around the house the last time he came. I understand that Savannah talks highly of Annie, but I feel like for me to be an actual friend to you, we gotta argue, we gotta fight. You know, I don't feel like a good relationship should be ever like should be perfect. I know she talks highly of Annie, but something had to happen along the way. I would be checking everything right now with, and I hope they have one person working on all of the info as far as like Nancy's bank accounts, you know, from the people that she hired to be here, the places she's gone, just every little thing possible that could lead up to. And there's the undercover passing by again, folks. So, undercover vehicle passing by again, trying to make sure I'm not in the road. They're patrolling today. Hey, Katie, baby, thanks for the $20 super chat. She says, I appreciate you, Juice. You're doing good things. Much love. I don't know where I was at when that undercover passed by. It kind of threw me off a little bit. I was trying to get his plate, because that was the first time he passed by. That was the truck that was down the street watching me And instead of him coming this way, he turned around. But apparently, he radioed the other officer to approach me. You know, I haven't even seen Sue Ellen at all since the day that Criminal Network ran into her. I don't know what's up with Sue Ellen. I haven't seen her. It didn't even look like I've passed her house a couple times, and I don't see any car out. But Criminal Network claims that she parks it around the house, so you can't see it if you pass by. So she could be home, but just hanging out and not leaving too much. Sky is really beautiful right now. It really does look good. Streamers are major targets to nanos. I agree. It seems like, at least it seems like that. Juice, if you live in Tucson, you're a taxpayer. These officers are harassing y'all, Lauren Brown says. Yeah, we are. And on that one, you know, the last on the last incident when I used the porta potty here and then the cops pulled up on me, I take full responsibility and blame for that. That was a dumb move. Um, but this time, and because a lot of people were saying that I was being harassed, and I didn't feel that way, but this time I did. Just because I'm really not doing anything wrong, and we've never had an issue with being on the street at all. Katie says sounds like mic problems. Yeah, we're having trouble. We're just gonna leave it. I'll try to fix it again. But as long as the mic is good and it's loud enough so everybody can hear me, I'm not even gonna sweat it. I wouldn't call it racial profiling, Amanda, but just because I've never dealt with that out here. But yeah. Sonny said, "What did the sheriff say to you when you asked him how was the board meeting?" He said he had no idea about it. He didn't know anything that went on with any board meeting. Lied right in my face. And you can see it when somebody's lying, and I saw it for sure. Let's see the sunset. There's no sunset at all. The sun is already down. The sun was down when I got here, so no sunset at all. The cop completely lied. Yeah, for sure. Is this Amazon or what is this? Looks like Amazon. Amazon near you. We need to look up laws on this. Yeah, I think this should also be something talked about at the board meetings as well, because this is not the place for a traffic rule to be enforced. And how long is this in place? Because they can't enforce this rule in this neighborhood forever. So that I mean, I would only believe that there should be some type of expiration date on this, that for whatever this is that's enforced. Can you guys hear the birds? We'll get up and walk around because people are telling me they want me to take a walk before sundown, but I think it might be too late for that.
Ow! Oh my God. I just put my hand all the way in the cactus. See what I mean? Dude, I think this cactus all in my jacket. I don't even know if I can wear it. Let's see. Hold on, folks. I like to get up and talk anyways. Yeah, that one hurt though. That one really actually hurt, I'm not gonna lie. So, am I allowed to be in the road? Can I walk in the road? Are we testing fire right now? Should we walk around? Like, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll take a little walk and we'll see if that was the lady that flipped me off last time. So we'll see what happens, guys. We'll take a little quick walk before it gets completely dark out here because the sun goes down very quickly. I hope I don't lose y'all though. I'll try to take it slow like I usually do, and then if it starts to cut out, we'll just turn back around. I don't think we've went that way yet where that car is, so maybe I should walk in that direction, but I think service cuts off that way, so we might just be better off going the same way we went last time. Is that car watching me? I don't think so. They have a mailbox strangely across the street from the house, so you'll see them. They're at the mailbox now. They're going to go cross over into the house, which is kind of weird to me. So the undercover went this way. There's Amazon again. I can walk, but I can't sit on the street. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I just hope that they don't bother me again because I'm really not here for that. Is my ride on the way? Diane says, no, ride's not on the way. We haven't been here too long. We got to hang out for a minute. We got to hang out and chat. We'll be here in the dark a little bit longer tonight. We'll be all right. Pimp walk. Hey, Christy, big welcomes, by the way. Janet, welcome. You pay taxes, the road is yours. I like that. Yeah, we got enough people to back me up if they try anything funny for sure. Hey, Jennifer, big welcomes, by the way. Just kind of looking at the chat, saying hello to folks here. I don't think this is a dead end, and we have not walked this way. I don't know if this is a good idea. I feel like these are the noisy neighbors over here. No, well, I think there's one neighbor that doesn't like us, so that always turns down this street. So hope they don't get mad at me. Noisy or nosy? Yeah, we're just nosy, I guess. I had a coach that lived over here at one point in time when I used to play basketball. Still play, but I just don't play like I used to. But in them good old days, I had a coach that lived over here. Can't remember where his house was at exactly, but we're fairly close. Juice, why do you come so late? Because I have so much to do. I have to pick up 4 kids from school. 3 kids from school after work. Sometimes I got to do a little Instacart when I get off. You know, things got to get done. But hopefully, eventually, I'll be able to buy myself more time. But it's been tough lately, so got to do what we got to do for now. Four kids in total. Though. I got a son. He's 1. 2 daughters. Well, two boys. 2 boys, 2 girls. And then my girlfriend has between us both, we have 5. But yeah. I haven't seen that house yet. Huh. Yeah, it does get hostile in the house. I'm not going to lie. I like that house. It's a really nice house. We got our flashlight, guys, so we're good. Yeah, highly blessed. Don't think we'll be having any more. I guess one more would be nice, but I don't think so. They probably came to you because there are 8 Pima County police in your chat. No way. I believe it though. I think these guys are looking for people who are streaming in the area because they came from the moment that I went live. They were there within 3 minutes from the time that I went live. Maybe we should walk back now. I don't know if we should continue around. I don't know if this cuts back out and then back around to Nancy's. I feel like all of this area, you know, around her house has been searched. So, you know, if I do go searching into the desert over here, I don't think it would do us any good because I think majority of it has been searched. Let's get our light on here. My light isn't very good. We got to get batteries. I still haven't got batteries yet. We'll make it work for now. Bugs everywhere out here. Let's go down here. Watch out for the snakes, right? Doing this in the dark is not a very good idea, folks. Hell, finding my way out of here might not even be a good idea. Where does this lead? It's just creepy in here. That was creepy. I think it pretty much ends right over here. Yeah. But it comes out. Is that a road? Yeah, there's a road. Can we go up right here? How do we have service still? We still have service? All right. Wow. So it looks like we're in the back of a house, so I'm going to turn around because it looks like we're headed to somebody's backyard. See if we can get back up this hill. If this leads up to back on the road. Don't see nothing weird over here though, or out of place, or. And I feel like I said, I think most of people have searched this road. That when they came out and there were over 400 FBI agents, this road was searched. Where else can we go? Can we go through there? No, can't go through there. Pretty sky. I love that mountain view. Everybody's saying go back. It's getting too dark. You guys are getting scared for me out here. We're good. We're good. We'll head back though. It is getting dark and I know everybody's getting worried. Hell, do I even know how to get back? I feel like this spotlight gets less brighter every time. Definitely got to get new batteries. The hills have eyes. Did somebody say go? No javelinas. I haven't seen any since I've been here. Go back to your cactus. That's messed up. That barely just registered right now. Oh man. Yeah, we're good. We'll walk back. I'm on the road now, guys. We're back on the road. I don't think it was private property, but it was definitely going into somebody's backyard, so I didn't want to do that. So I turned around. We definitely need to go searching, though. I think that would be a good little, nice little adventure, but during the day. But it's just hot. Night might be better. Would last longer. Two flashlights would be good. I thought about that. Good one. We're headed back, guys. We're headed back. We're good. Really like that house. Oh, that's the one we were looking at. Yeah, that's the one. We're going the right way. This is an alley? Does this go in Nancy's backyard? Oh, that's the alley right there, guys. That alley will lead us back to her backyard. Should we go to the back? We should probably go to the back. That's how you get back in back of Nancy's. We should probably go to the backyard. All right. We won't go. Everybody's saying no. I just feel like we could get a really nice look from that back wall to see, maybe there's lights on in there. Maybe somebody's actually there. J. Martinez Painting. Go check them out. Never heard of that. Not a good idea? Yeah, I guess not. It's dark. Just something to do. Nah, you guys are right, 100%. We'll do it during the day, for sure. Why is everybody so creeped out here at nighttime? His girlfriend needs to stop bringing him. It's too dangerous right now. Oh, man. Come on, Chad. Somebody said go. See, I should have just went. You need a negative light? Yeah, that might be good. Go spend some time with your kids. It's your only time. Go. Nah, we'll be back here. And I was contemplating on coming a little earlier, but I had to get a few things done. I could not do it, Chad. I couldn't do it. Oakley says if I didn't work tomorrow morning so early, I'd be up there with you and we'd walk it. Man, and that would make me feel more comfortable having another person here for sure. Definitely walking through desert would have made me feel a lot more comfortable. Escalante. We're back on Escalante. So almost to Nancy's. Almost back to Nancy's. Boy, it is hard to see chat while I'm walking because I'm holding the light, so it's hard to go back to read some of you guys' chat. So I apologize if I missed a lot of chats there. I wouldn't live there if they paid me. It's not that bad, guys. There's crime that happens everywhere. Now, this is not normal for it to happen here, and that could be a good reason why Nanos is handling this the way he's handling it. He doesn't understand how to have good leadership in a situation like this. He's doing it his way and only his way, and you see how things are not working. It's crazy, it's sad because we got a whole, we literally just witnessed another setback in this case. And we already are fully aware of who's setting it back from the very beginning for the most part. But I just think the mistake that's been made as far as that DNA going from Florida to Virginia, I think that should be the nail in the coffin for Nanos. I feel like he should go ahead and resign from here. I think they should go ahead and get rid of him at this point. So for whoever replaces him, I just don't understand how they're going to fill in these holes. Like, will they be able to recover from this? Like, I don't think that they'll be able to recover from all of the damage that Nanos has done so far. You know, I think they'll be able to make some certain type of adjustments based on what's happened so far, but I just don't feel like they're going to be able to make any legitimate changes as far as moving the chains and us, you know, there being any progress. I don't know what we're going to do as far as putting the light on this so it doesn't look like I'm standing in the middle of the road. No lights on. There was some lights on last week when we were here, but all the lights are off now. There was a light flickering on and off right outside of the garage door over there. But no light on today. No flickering light, no security light, whatever that was, going off and on. No light at all. So somebody obviously came by to maybe shut down the lights. Let me see if I can read chat. I'm missing somebody. Missing the chat here because I'm not looking at the moment. It sucks because I can't stand next to the site at all. I can't stand on the street. So I'm like really worried that I'm just gonna get in trouble if I stand next to the street. So I'm feeling like I gotta just go over here and move my chair. And then probably put some light on the site, I suppose. Let me get a sip of my chair. Lovely Fanta strawberry. I know you guys love some Fanta strawberry. Brew Crew Beyond thinks this case is cold. I think he's been saying it for quite some time. He thinks the case is cold. We got a car coming. Let's hope this is not a sheriff, because I was in the road. Oh no. White truck. Looks like a Silverado XD possibly. Trying to get some light on the site over there, guys. Give me a sec. See if this helps so you guys can see the memorial site a little bit. I don't know if you guys can hear that noise. There's like a cricket and it sounds like frogs or something. I don't know what that is, but it's definitely two different type of sounds that I'm hearing. Javelinas? Nah, no javelinas. I want to do this because I like doing this when I'm here. I'm going to just get a quick little moment of silence for Nancy just for a second here. So I'm going to go quiet for a second here. 3, 2, 1. Hopefully I didn't lose you guys and lose disconnection here or disconnect here. I think we're good. Need to get a podcast. I've been out here boots on the ground for the most part, or just out here at Nancy's. Not even necessarily boots on the ground, and I haven't really lived much from home, but I definitely got it live from home. I think I'll be going live tonight for sure because I wanted to show you guys something. Um, and you guys might have seen it, but it's a different point of view of the surveillance video. So just thought I would share that tonight on stream for a moment. I can't see chat for whatever reason. It's not coming up. Insect says it's too late to recover this case. It's already screwed. I'm not losing hope yet in that way. I feel like it's still got plenty of time for them to turn things around. There's also that possibility that they do have the suspect. That they're starting to put it together. I don't know. Sometimes I question whether or not the face that's being painted, you know, in just to kind of, I don't know how to put it in words, but is the face that they see completed, you know, in the same way that we see the face? And in other words, you know, are they where we stand as a community as far as, you know, what we think about this case for the most part, for those of us that are sticking to the facts, based on what's going on, like right now, like what's really actually happening, you know, nothing. You know, are they at that point? You know, do they really have something and we just don't know? Do they have a possible suspect and they're just not sharing that with us because they want to gather more information and possibly gather other suspects that may be involved? We don't know, but I truly feel like we're at a point where it's cold. We don't have any really real leads that are going to lead us up to the actual suspect. I think it's at a dead end. Another thing I wanted to bring to you guys' attention tonight was the tattoo on the arm. It's not a tattoo. I'm sorry. It's the glove. The glove goes beyond the wrist. I know. Look again, but look again. But it's not a tattoo. I hate to break it to you guys, but and it might make things a little bit more interesting for the suspects that we have seen, like Nolet, because that's the closest one I've seen. You know, Richard Nolet is the closest person that I've seen that, you know, could be possibly a suspect. I don't think there's no Michael. If it's a possibility he was actually here or involved somehow, or family was involved, I don't think there is any Michael. I think that's the made up part. I think that's the okay. I just want to make sure we're still live because I felt like we were buffering for a moment because I'm not seeing chat. But guys, let's be honest. The Richard is the closest that we've seen that look like the guy in the video. He's the closest one. Now, I don't know about the part where Sleuth said he was seeing the truck, because what threw me off is the truck that he saw on the mountain didn't have the pinstripe that Dad's Gone Live saw on his stream. So that's what kind of did it for me, as far as him actually being there, because he felt like there was a possibility that his mind was playing tricks on him. You know, you could just tell he was trying not to overthink it, but his mind wouldn't let him. He really thought that Richard was there on the mountain with him because he claimed to get an email from him or some type of message at the time that the person he saw that he thought was Richard had his back turned and looked like he was looking at his phone. You can't really make that type of stuff up, but, you know, and one thing we always go with is our gut. You know, a lot of times when we don't go with our gut, we end up regretting it. So, you know, I'm not going to look past it, but I don't necessarily believe that Richard is our guy. But I'm not gonna forget about it. I'm not gonna just throw it under the rug and say he's not. But that is the closest person, and that tattoo, what we think that's a tattoo, it's not. It's the glove. It just looks like a tattoo. I don't know why people think it's a tat, but I don't think that's a tattoo. Hey Barb, thanks so much for the $20 super chat. She says thank you for taking us back to Nancy's and not allowing the neighbors to push you out. Keep up the good content. Much love, Barb. I appreciate that. Y'all motivate me to keep doing what I'm doing, so I appreciate y'all. $10 super chat from JBF1986 says I think Cameron Protector cares more of a could care less of T, or Annie and Tommaso could care less of T. I don't know what that means. Maybe Cameron and Tommaso, I think you mean Tommaso, get along. YouTuber guilty of crime says Nancy had no POA and no will, no beneficiary. Um, States go probate court. Hmm. I don't know. I could agree that someone in the family doesn't get along, but I just haven't been able to figure it out. And the reason is because we haven't been able to really observe too many emotions with Annie and Tommaso because they've hid from media so well. That's one thing I can say they've done good is hide from the media attention. Did it raise my suspicions when they covered their face when they were in the car? It did, because I just didn't understand what was the purpose for them, covering their faces. And I know people kind of get upset when we continuously talk about the family and feel like when the fact that we're still, going to believe what we believe. We're not, that doesn't change things for us, because we've seen a lot of things happen like that where, people have been cleared and then they learned that they missed something. And that's the thing. That's what makes it the most difficult in this investigation, is the fact that they were making mistakes in the beginning. So that for sure makes it much easier for me to not look past the family. Because if they make critical mistakes in the beginning, they definitely are. There's a possibility that they can make critical mistakes on figuring out who the suspect is. White Tesla. That's crazy. I can't really see the chat because I'm trying to hold the phone. Let me see if I can switch hands here. Yeah, White Tesla just passed by a little fast too. Yeah. We never seen Tommaso and Cameron together. Yeah, that's a good question. Did Cameron even go that night when they had that party? We know that we seen Cameron a couple of days after the party because JLR just showed him the other day on February 2nd in a white Toyota Camry. Being that he doesn't live here, from what I heard, I want to assume that Camry was a rental car. It wasn't actually his personal car. But I am not I'm not going to overlook the family because there's just been too many mistakes that have been made in this case. And another thing for me is from what I've heard, sources say that Nanos did not get the FBI's approval to clear the family. So in my eyes, the family's cleared under, based on what the sheriff said, but the family's not cleared amongst the FBI. How does that work? And that to me goes to show that they're not getting along like they say. It's a lie. That's a lie. They're not getting along. They didn't get along from the beginning. They haven't even been together really at all. We've yet to see the FBI and the sheriff really actually come together. Not that they have to prove that they're communicating and getting along, but I mean, it would be good to know that they're on the same page. I think the relationship remains the same as it was in the beginning. There has not been any changes in regards to them getting along. I think it's still the same. Did we go offline? I gotta put this light down for a sec, folks. That actually looks okay. Kaylee says the family's involved. Yeah, I agree. And if it's not, it's family related or someone they made upset in the past. But I just hope that they're going through the entire family history. And I also wonder what gave them the lead or the suspicion in the beginning when they spent so much time at Annie and Tommaso's house. They left, they went back, they left, they went back again. What raised their attention to thoroughly check and be there for so long? What were they really looking for in the beginning of time? What happened with the family that raised their attention? Is there a domestic violence that occurred that resulted in maybe Nancy calling the police on Tommaso or possibly Annie? No family is perfect. I agree. But they're making it seem like that. They're making it seem like they're just one big happy family. But there's always that one person in the family or one part of your family that's not doing as well as you are. Not to say, they're not happy for others, but a lot of times there's always that one part of the family that has some type of jealousy or, they're just not doing as well as you are, and it just depends. Some people have a small family and some people have a big family. It's not immediate family, it's other family, says Jay Wade. Yeah, that's a possibility. I just hate to think sometimes that, you know, that there's a possibility this was to inflict pain. And if it was, there's going to be more pain. Especially if the motive wasn't money. Coffindaffer brought it up today, saying that there's many other ways to get rid of a person if it had something to do with money. You know, there's many other ways that they could have, you know, pretty much killed Nancy. I hate to say it, but you know, they could have, you know, took away her medication or neglected her in some way, stopped going. She mentioned like visiting Nancy, you know, certain things that would, I guess, affect her health in a major way. She also mentioned maybe somebody perhaps putting fentanyl in one of her pills. Just, you know, just kind of giving people ideas of what someone could have done to you know, somehow get money. Because we don't know exactly how much her um, insurance policy is. It could be 10 million for all we know. Black Toyota Camry. Calling these cars out because we know all these cars. I know my cars pretty well. Some of them I don't know. Right off the bat. Honda Accord. Probably about a 2015, 2016. A little bit of traffic so far, yeah. Not a lot, but a little bit. Nancy loves Oldsman music. They cleared them by going through phones, searching the house and car. They're cleared. But my question is, did the FBI clear the family, though? Did they get the okay on the FBI's half, you know? And that also needed to be communicated. I think that would be something, I would only think logically that would be something that you communicate with the FBI because they're a part of this case, just like the sheriffs are. And I believe at this point, they've made it very clear that they're leading the way. They're driving this train, guys. I've said it from the beginning. They are driving this train. If they have advanced technology to figure out whose DNA that is, then who's obviously leading the way here? Who's driving this train? Who's really in charge at this point? This case is basically no longer in the hands of the sheriff department at this point. At this point, they don't really have anything for us, if you think about it. Because whatever they had just went to Quantico. Maybe we'll walk over to the site, try to stay off the road so we don't get in trouble here. Hold on, let me see if I can get a hold of my device here. I'll try to stay off the side of the road in the yard here. I think we got a car coming, so let me make sure I'm on the side of the road. It's a pretty bright lights. Hope I don't lose y'all, guys. I don't know if this is me technically being in the yard, though, so I'm kind of feeling uncomfortable being right here. They're stopping. Maybe they're just checking their mailbox. Not sure. Wind is picking up out here, I know that. One thing I could say for sure is it's definitely hard to hear you out here more when it's windy. So I don't know if the night that Nancy went missing, it was actually windy out. But if it was, it would be much harder to hear somebody out here like screaming if she even had that opportunity. It's not looking good for DGL. Jay Wade says we hit 1,000 likes again, man. Thanks so much for everybody coming out and liking the stream. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for becoming a subscriber as well. And those continue to be members of the channel, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Thanks for having faith and continuing to push me to push the public awareness out there, as well as just go live in general, guys. I mean, y'all motivate me to keep doing what I'm doing, man. I appreciate it. Hey, next time, can you bring a deflective vest and maybe a fishing ladder? Why the fishing ladder? Definitely could try to do a reflective vest. I don't really have anything reflective, though, guys. I would have to go purchase one, and money's been tight, so I don't know if purchasing one's going to do me any good. I might have missed a few super chats, so I apologize if I missed a couple. I was walking at the time. Maybe I wasn't. I was watching someone the other night, and they said it was a UFO. Silent types can be deadly, like look into Cameron Moore. Yeah, and I've noticed with some of the people in the media world, like Nancy Grace, like Ashley Banfield, they're pretty behind. I mean, she still hasn't talked about Cameron yet, and she said she's trying to make her way around to talk about him. She doesn't believe at all that it was family related. She doesn't think also that Annie's poems are questionable. She brought up the fact that because she, she's really talented, and the fact that they're published. The thing is, to me, is I don't know, because I've never read them, so I can't say they're questionable at all. But I did see on Amazon no one bought any. Not to say that they weren't good, but I mean, I think there were only like 2 purchases. And who knows? She could have been selling those books in other places, but from what I heard, her stories are really dark. Hey, Lori, I appreciate the $10 super chat. She says, thank you for staying there and keeping us up to date. Wish we had a camera to see which ones come during the day when no one should be in the house. Keep well. Watch the private property. Watch for private property. Much love. I appreciate that. Yeah. Mark the Shark saw a guy in the backyard. What? I think our service is pretty bad right here. We might need to move. I might just go have a seat since the camera. Well, let me see if I can set up right here. Hold on, guys. So I'm moving the camera and it's messing with the stream and it's making it kind of fuzzy. And it's really windy right now too, which isn't helping at all. Hope y'all can see the site decently, man. I'm trying to get you guys the best view out here. It's really dark. That's why it's kind of best I come during the day. We'll try to spend more time here, maybe tomorrow. If I'm not back tomorrow, I'll probably be back on Thursday. I'll be back sometime this week for sure. Juice Savannah has a bad divorce from ex-husband. Couldn't this be another ex-husband murder? Hey, anything's possible at this point. I didn't hear too much on that. I do know she was married before this guy, but I don't know any background on the story with that. But I did kind of throw that one under the rug. Let's not ignore that for sure. Dang, we might need to look into that a little bit more. Yeah, and how long was she married? I think they showed a picture of him. I can't remember what he looks like, but they did show a picture of the guy. I don't remember who it was, though. Let's look it up and see if anything comes up. Oh yeah, Mark Oakchard. She's currently with Michael Feltman. Recent was Mark Oakchard. There he is right there. Does look like a creep. He does have a gold tee. But we're not throwing anybody under the bus. We don't know. We're not going to throw him under the bus. Nah, we're still buffering. God. Great. Well, folks, I broke my tripod just now. Unfortunately, I think we're back. We're good. But I just broke my tripod, so I'm going to have to hold it. Damn. Well, I put a new one on the wish list. I'll buy another one, though. I literally broke the the tripod. I keep losing y'all. I think I lost you guys again. I keep losing everybody. Yeah, I'm going to definitely have to get another tripod. It's donezo. So there's a picture of Savannah's ex-husband and the perp. I don't think it's a match, but I'll let y'all take a dive in and you tell me what y'all think. The eyebrows for me say no. The eyes also say no for me. Can't see the nose. But I'm suggesting that that wouldn't be our guy. What y'all think, chat? No? A lot of people saying no, huh? Not the perp. Yeah, not him. But that is um Savannah's ex-husband. Trying to see if there was a way I could start a poll because somebody's pinning something in the chat and it's I don't know how they pinned it. That was pretty good though. I didn't pin that, and I can't remove the pin. Interesting. So I think we got about maybe 20, 25 more minutes, maybe half an hour out here before we take off. And then we'll end stream on that note. Just unpin it? No, I can't. Whatever's pinned that you guys see in chat, I didn't pin that. I don't know how they pinned that. You saw that pin message in another channel? Yeah, I don't know how they did that at all. But apparently somebody's got some. Damn, that is crazy. That is the weirdest thing. Let's see if I can remove that. Alex is going to be live pretty soon, though, I believe. Is it? Let me know if it unpinned, guys. Yeah, it just keeps popping back up. That is the weirdest thing. Who did that? That was not me. Watch this. Okay, watch. Hold on. Oh, so it's gone now. What the? It's gone. It finally did it. That was the oddest thing I've ever seen. I don't mind anybody pinning anything if they have the chance or they can, but that was different. I've never experienced that. Cindy, thanks so much for becoming a platinum member. Wow, insane! Welcome aboard, Cindy. It went away. What is the sound? There's like cricket sounds. I don't hear anything else. Let me listen. It went away. What is the sound? Sounds like really good all of a sudden, though. Much love, Cindy. Yeah. Inspect says, "You sure a good guy. Good luck on your channel." Much love, Inspect. Alex is live, guys. Alex is live. You guys can tune in with Alex if you guys want to go check out Alex. Mr. Criminal Network is the name. Mr. Sauce. Go check him out, man. He's been shouting me out a lot. I definitely got to do the same. Shouts Criminal Network. There was something pinned. Somebody had pinned it somehow, some way, saying Alex was going live. I don't mind at all. I just did. I don't know why I couldn't unpin it. I guess I could have just left it pinned because I really don't mind. But the fact is, I never pinned it. That's the thing. But since you guys didn't see it, I'm assuming that it was gone and it just was maybe a glitch for me on my end. Yeah. I might just need to change my password at this point, right? It feels like somebody might have access to my account. Glitch in Illinois. Velasca, big welcomes. You can block the pin, yeah. I think so. I tried, but it didn't work. It's gone now, though. We're good, guys. But if it goes back, we'll leave it. I don't mind. I don't want to sound like I don't want Alex on here pinned, but I just didn't. I just wasn't the one who did that, so it was super weird. It really did disappear after we spoke about it, though. Post the wish list link. It's in the description. Somebody told me I shouldn't do one, but it wasn't my idea. People kept asking me to do it, so that's why I ended up doing it. I actually thought it was a pretty decent idea, especially being it's for stuff like surrounded by stream. I put a couple tripods on there because there's one that moves when I move, and then there's one that is just a regular one that's 10 times better than mine. This tripod's done. But I'll get another one in the near future if somebody doesn't end up getting me one anyways. They're really not that expensive. I don't even know if I can post this link. This phone is really acting really weird. When I move, you move. Just like that. There you go, Cindy. There you go. I'm trying to post this, guys. Hold on. It's not working, though. I miss Mark in Tucson. Yeah, Mark the Shark was a cool guy. Yeah, I think the share link is just way too long, so I can't post it. Sorry, folks. Bamba Girl, welcome, by the way. Richard hacked you. I hope not, Sam. Sam Serpa. Best be safe than sorry. Yeah, I agree. Well, yeah, that was super strange. Hey, good night, Rosa. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, we're almost done here. We'll get out of here pretty soon. My girl's currently on the way, so we won't spend too much time out here too much longer, guys. I really don't. I'm really excuse me. I'm really confused to know what happened in that meeting today. I'm really trying to get some insights on that because from what I saw, it really looked like nothing happened today. Like, I just don't understand what that board meeting was for. I heard a couple people talking about nanos. I just don't know what the next step is from here. I don't know. I'm new to all of this. I'm not too familiar with board meetings, so I don't know how those are normally supposed to go. But I was just really confused on what took place today. I saw a scooter fly by. Nah, no scooter. You trying to scare me out here? Saw a bug fly by, that's for sure. They just keep popping up on me. If it's DGL's birthday, happy birthday, Dad's Gone Live. Tammy says you can find it on Pima County website about nanos. I hope so, because I couldn't find anything, so I'll look that up. Thanks for the info. No javelinas running bear. I haven't seen any at all. I think they said it is tomorrow. Huh. Board gave out a lot of awards and praised themselves. Happy belated 420 stacks. They got paperwork from Nano's lawyer the last 20 minutes. They didn't get a chance to read it. Nano's continued until next meeting. Wow. Bart really wants me to get some reflective gear to wear out here. Yeah, it would make me more safer. I agree. I'm going to do that just because you guys keep saying y'all want me to get reflective gear. So I'll make sure I try to do that in the future. I don't have a ton of money to just go buy reflective gear, though. So it's going to take some time for me to get around to that. But I'm on the side of the road and I have a light, so you really can't miss me. And then I'm also using my flashlight, so on the phone. I'm gonna turn the camera around because I see an odd light at the end of the road. I don't know if somebody's walking this way or what. Let's see if you guys can see this. And you can hear I'm dragging my tripod because it's broke. Maybe somebody's walking toward me. Somebody with a light. So I take it it's just a neighbor. Keep an eye out. I don't want to have the camera all in his face. I think it's just somebody walking. Hey, Crystalline, thanks so much. She says, thanks just for bringing out there. Yeah, no doubt. Anytime. Southern says, here's to Reflective Gear Fund. Much love, Southern. It's going to take me about a month to get that. So, like I said, don't expect it super, super soon because it might not happen right away. But I definitely will look forward to try to get some type of reflective gear. I'm sure I could find something super cheap at Ross or something. So I'll do that in the future. The near future, very soon. Goodwill. Man, yeah, I'm not a really big secondhand person. I got to be honest. Thrifted. For being out here, though, I wouldn't mind. Also, like on the wish list, guys. On the wish list, there's you can make changes. You can add something or you can remove it. So perhaps you know you how you doing? Perhaps you know you want to go make changes or add that. You can do that on there. Yo, Valerie, I appreciate the $5 super chat there. By the way, can I hear my tripod making a bunch of squiggly diggly noises? Cool neighbor. He said hello. Cool guy. Seemed like he was a chill guy. But it's in the description, guys. I can't post it. It won't let me post it. So otherwise, I will. Or I would. Reflective tape, brother. Ooh, good one. Okay, okay, Dura, Dura. This is reflective tape. Rosemary, I appreciate that. Says, I'm not leaving until you leave. I appreciate that, Rosemary. Yeah, we'll get out of here safely, guys. I appreciate y'all sticking around with me until I get out of here, too. We'll make it safe out of here. Was that one person or two walking, male or female? It was a male, one person. Nora. Nora's like, just for documentation, I just need to know. I appreciate that, Nora. No Venmo, guys. I don't have Venmo. I only have Cash App and Chime. Sorry. No Venmo. I tried to get in my Venmo. I was having a hard time, so eventually I will get Venmo. Wanted to bring something up, but I couldn't remember. Yeah, I'll get a vest, Southern. Don't worry. I will definitely get a vest just because you guys helped me get a vest and you guys want me to get a vest. I don't have a scooter though. It would be nice to get a scooter. I know Dad's gonna lie about an electric scooter. 857. I don't know if he got a scooter. I heard the rumor, guys. I heard y'all helped him donate or helped him money to get a scooter, and then something about him going to buy a Starlink. I don't know, guys. I try to mind my business, but you guys kind of tell me everything. So that's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. It's none of my business, so don't tell me because I don't want to know. But at least he bought something for the street. He didn't just go spend the money on himself. So y'all got to give the man some credit there. He's a good guy. He's not going to do anything wrong with the money. Kuhneberger says Rip Nancy did not deserve this. Yeah, I don't get it, guys. Like, how do you take an old lady? I really don't understand. How do you randomly pick an old lady? You know, why not take Savannah? If Savannah was the one that, because a lot of people are saying somebody was obsessed with Savannah. So why not take Savannah? What did Savannah do to this person to make them so upset to where they wanted to take something from her? As far as her mother, at that. You know, what was the probable cause? It looked like a sheriff. what was the probable cause? You know, like what led up to them doing this? What provoked this guy to do this? If it was supposed to be pain inflicted amongst the family. All right, I moved over. Hopefully that helps. Betty Gann says she hopes I get arrested. Well, that's not nice, Betty. I hope I don't get arrested. And I won't be here too much longer, so I'm really hoping that. Welcome back, guys. I lost y'all. We lose signal every now and again out here, so thanks for sticking around with me and bearing with me. YouTubeville, welcome, by the way. What the heck, Arrest Betty Club? Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Hey, I can't argue with the fact that some people just don't like us being out here. There's always got to be that one person that doesn't like what you're doing, even if it's positive. You know, there's always something that you're doing that someone doesn't want you to be doing, or they find a reason to make what you're doing negative. So, Betty, I can find a way to understand it. I always empathize. So, do I agree? No. But I could say I get why you would say you pretty much don't want me here. You could have just said that. You didn't have to go as far as me going to jail. I don't think I deserve to go to jail. Back a little bit. Maybe Betty Sue is Sue Ellen. I'm joking. I'm joking. Hey, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. She's just expressing her opinion. Hey, you believe what you believe. That's fine. I haven't seen anything so far. I've yet to see Sue Ellen pass by, though, guys. I haven't seen her pass by once. This is not normal. The last time we was here, we did see her, you know, talk to. Well, actually, that was the time before that. She was talking to somebody who parked into the road, taking pictures of their plates. So, other than that, I have not seen her around here at all. The last time I was here and now, which is quite odd. Guys, I got to thank you all for stopping by and tuning in tonight. That's going to do it for me. I'll invite you guys all out to come and tune into the stream tonight. I'll be covering a couple things that I wanted to talk about. And we can sit down a lot more comfortably. I'm a little tall, so you can't see me. My ride just arrived, though, as you can see. So I hope everybody has a nice night. I think it's Tuesday night. Going into Wednesday. I hope you guys all enjoy the rest of your night. I appreciate everybody coming and supporting the stream, as well as expressing and sharing their opinions. Everything, guys. You guys continue to motivate me to do what I do, and y'all give me strength. Y'all really do. I appreciate it a lot. I will see you guys tomorrow. If I don't make it out here, I'll be back on Thursday. So we'll definitely be out here most of the week if we can. So much love, guys. Have a good night. I'll see y'all later.